Well, welcome back to the Pro Brick exclusive YouTube channel. If you haven't subscribed, do subscribe, ring the bell. We're talking on make it pay. Well, make what pay? Make life pay and what it does to you. In our last series, or in our last session, I spoke about maternal love. And one of the things that you need to realize when you go out into the new world of dating or meeting people after things have fallen apart around you and you've given yourself time to heal, which a lot of people don't. Some people never heal, sadly. Some people never get over breakups. And I think when you think about things, if you've had a breakup and there were things that you could have resolved but didn't, then you need to take stock of why. Why didn't I resolve that? I've worked in with women, lots and lots of women, told them what the issues are, carried on with things, plodded along till it's just gotten to the point of unbearable, and I've had to end the relationship and they go away and nothing's been fixed and nothing's been changed, and wonder why. Well, you can't help people with that. You've got a certain amount of time on this planet, and if people aren't going to sort out what they need to keep the relationship healthy for whatever reason, for whatever they're afraid of, it's usually somebody they're afraid of or something they're afraid of or something they just are ignorant of, you're going to waste time. Because ultimately, if you don't deal with the issue will deal with you. It's such a simple statement, but so profound. If you do not deal with the issue will deal with you. And this is the whole key, isn't it? If you realize that, you'll have a bit of urgency about getting to the bottom of things and fixing things the way they should be. But I'll tell you right now, you are never, ever going to beat maternal love, and you need to accept it, because if you do meet a woman who has something dysfunctional in her maternal love, that is not healthy either. I mean, a mother needs to be a mother, be it whatever part of the journey that's on, and a father needs to be a father as well, whatever part of the journey that's on. And for instance, there's a case on the Crime and Law, or Law and Crime channel at the moment, about a woman who got caught up in religious end times and met this bloke who was a writer of this book and became smitten with him. And the man killed his wife, she killed her husband, and they killed her children. That kind of abandonment of maternal love and marital love at that is not, they're going away for life. They're never going to get out. These sort of obsessions you've got to be careful of, and these can happen to people that don't resolve things throughout the journey of their life. This happens all the time. People get infatuated with somebody, or they finally meet somebody that's, seems to be everything that they want, or has something special that they want. And the next thing, rather than not dealing with the issue, they wipe the whole situation out and go in the opposite direction. See, on the one hand, there's a negligence of fixing the thing, and on the other hand, there's an extreme way in which to get rid of it. And this is what you've got to be. There's no balance. I just tried to balance. Gosh, you'll meet mothers that use their children as shields. You'll meet mothers that use their children for excuses. You'll get mothers that use their children for all sorts of wrong reasons when you're out in the dating market. But I'll tell you one thing, if you meet a woman and she likes you, it doesn't matter where she is with the children at that time. She'll take what she wants. But that doesn't mean she's going to follow through with it. The dysfunctions will surface. The wrong bonds will come out. The who's in charge will come to the forefront. And most of the time it's the children who are in charge and not the parent. And that's to the disgrace of the parent, to be honest, no matter what the circumstances are, because you can have all the knowledge in the world and all the character in the world, but if you haven't parented your children properly and they are the parent and now the parent's the child, then you don't want to be in that environment, because what happens is the children take over at the most critical time of the relationship 9 times out of 10, and you're left standing there going, well, that wasn't supposed to happen. But the sad part about that is that's your bad luck, because you put yourself in that situation. See, one of the ways in which you can measure if the person that you're with loves you or not is, are they dealing with the issues? Because if the issue is more important than the health of relationship, then they love something within that issue. So there's a lot of things that you need to be aware of and navigate so that you can make life pay the dividends that you need with the time that you have. When you get to my age and you're 60 and people start fucking you around, you haven't got time. You just haven't got time. And it's sad, because you can get 1, 2, 3 years down the track, do all the hard work, from your side of things, and just get let down. I'm telling you, look, my advice, do not date single mothers. Just don't date them. Leave them with them in the situation that they're in, because you'll play second fiddle to those children, whether they're fucking functional or completely screwed up, regardless. And it's just the way they'll try, but you'll never break through at this age, meeting people in those situations, because they're culturalized. It's not a criticism, it's something you've got to accept. They're culturalized, and whether you want to go into that environment or not is up to you. You might be happy with one woman coming around a couple of times a week, or however you can wing it. But if you really want to have a strong, stable, steady relationship, that's not the way in which you need to go about it. Is it worth having a strong, steady, stable relationship at this age in life, nearly 60? Probably. But it's going to come down to the values of the two parties in the relationship towards each other. It's no good you saying to somebody that you love them, or they saying to you that they love you, if you're not resolving the issues. You're just having yourself on. You're just trying to hold that person in place by words, because actions speak louder than words. And this is where things come undone, because if you don't deal with the issues, they will come up behind you and they'll swipe the legs out from under you. And the problem with that is, if they're not your issues, you go down with them too. When they catch up with the other person, all your effort, all your time, doesn't matter how good you are or whatever, just goes down the drain. And they go back to how they were with their children. It's as simple as that. You've got to face this. You say, what's this got to do with making it pay? Well, my point is, you need to be aware of these things, right? You young guys as well, with the people that you're meeting, and know that these things are going to come at you and they're going to fuck you over, right? Anybody can turn up, or any of the number of these Sheilas can turn up with their fucking physical appearance and all the rest of it. Seen it dozens of times. And just be a complete and utter mess underneath. Someone that you're just not going to get anywhere with. Someone that doesn't really want to get down to the meat and potatoes and have a clear run. I mean, you can set these people up in every way, shape and form in which you can want to help. Physical, mentally, emotional, and support them in all aspects. But if they ain't sorting out their issues, man, you got to get out of there and get out of there quick. That's why it's not safe to attach to these females or to these men, because the underlying dysfunctions will surface. People can only camouflage their true self for so long, some longer than others, but it will come out. And then if you haven't spotted it, you will be on the end of a mess. And this is what happens to a lot of guys. They go get girls pregnant. The next thing, the girl's whatever, lazy, not willing to do things, weak, haven't had a father, blah, blah, blah. It's a mess. You meet a woman, older woman, she's got children. My father, right at the moment, my father, he's going on 75. He's been with a woman that needed shock treatment. Very sad, but she's gotten to the point where she's hospitalised all the time, and they need to put her into some kind of nursing home. And her son said to him, "Mate, you might need to move on, or your life's going to go down the gurgler, sitting around with her." You see, her life was damaged before he come along. It was damaged by the husband who had an affair on her. She never recovered. The father came along and met her, and they got along. And now she's just worn out. It's like if you're not a smoker and you meet a smoker, I guarantee you that person that smokes, all those years are going to catch up with that person, and you're going to be standing there watching them die. Yeah, I'm telling you. People that drink, oh, they drink, I don't drink, well, they drink. Next minute, you're dealing with this personality that you don't even know who the person is. The influence, coming back to parent-child, that children are allowed to have over their parents. See, one of the things that got me in a recent, very important, this is important, this happens to a lot of guys. This happens to so many guys. They, it's just mind-boggling. You can meet somebody, and what you'll find is their security and lack of fear relative to being alone is abolished by the fact that they've got children around. They've learnt to be alone with their children. 9 times out of 10, guys, you're just coming in to fill a space, and when that space is filled, out you go. Are you prepared for that? Some of yous are. Some of yous are hardened guys, and it doesn't matter to you. But what about the ones that aren't, that get damaged? They put their heart and souls into things, and the next thing, you're just dealing with the user or somebody that's a convenience. You're only as valuable to that person as they are willing to fix the issues that are undermining the relationship. And if they're shirking and not doing it, guys, honestly, have the courage just to get out. Doesn't mean they're a bad person. Let somebody else tolerate, people that don't like people. It doesn't mean that you didn't love the person and all that. It just means that what fucking quality of life do you want? I'll tell you this, guys, you can take it or leave it. I haven't met a woman yet that is unsatisfactory in the bedroom. It's what you make it. Right? All women can present themselves and deliver what needs to be delivered in the bedroom. That's putting it politely. Right? There hasn't been one better than the other or anything like that. I won't go into details. Because it's actually what you make it. But see, if that's all you're looking for, good luck to you. There's a whole dimension of power and interchange that can take place way beyond that to help people and to watch them get better in life from what they're gaining from you as a man, from your masculinity delivered to their femininity. You can watch people grow and develop, but that doesn't mean that they're going to cooperate completely with what you need. And this is the sad part. That doesn't mean that they're going to present to you what you need to keep the relationship in a place that's going to be healthy for you. Oh, they'll take. But if they're not fixing the things that are upsetting you or that are not healthy for you, then how long do you hang on for? What, until you start to fucking lose health and all the work you've put into yourself? You can't, guys. And this is why the bedroom isn't enough. This is why many, many people are getting hurt and damaged and maimed and scarred, because an experience in the bedroom is just not enough. That can happen with anybody. There's all different attributes to that, and I might go into that in the next one. But what I'm saying to you is, be very careful of attachment, because these people are attached to other people before you come along for decades. And it's not your job to get involved in that, but they'll get involved in mummy's relationship or daddy's relationship, and if it don't suit, somebody's going to get hurt. It's not going to be mummy or daddy. 9 times out of 10, it's going to be the third person on the wheel. And that's what you're dealing with. I've brought women to here and made it as comfortable and as peaceful and as respectful as possible. And they haven't even been able to have the fucking ability to work out how to take me to their place because their children don't like it. Now, okay, I can respect that. I can tolerate that for a certain amount of time. But once it gets to a point where it's conflictive, no. That's just one example. One example that I can seem to think that's, by experience, really worth mentioning. Because people are getting fucked over by a generation that doesn't know what hardship fucking is. Because if the only hardship they're experiencing is what they've brought on themselves, there's never been an opportunity for people in life to succeed than what there is now in all of history. If you can't fucking succeed now, you're never gonna. This is it. This is it. And the generation that we're dealing with now, I'm 60-year-old, I haven't even got any competition. Yeah, all the people that have got their heads screwed on are taken, fair enough, but there's no competition out there in fucking no man's land, because too many people are too lazy and they're just not looking after themselves. That's all you have to do, guys, to make life pay, to make it pay, is to look after yourself. Okay? So again, I hope this has helped you. This is Pro Bricky on the Pro Bricky exclusive channel. Subscribe, ring the bell, and I'll see you on the next one.